Rolling scene style there.
Sweet. We're good?
We're good.
Hell yeah. Alright everybody, I'm here with Trae, Betrae'd, Albright, the Valley Kid. Night Owl EP about to come out. What's up, man?
What's up? I'm good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
So I guess we'll start just with the inspiration for this project and everything that kind of led up to it. What kind of brought you here?
Honestly, as far as sound, I would say NF, his album Perception, something about that just spoke to me. The sound, the vibe, the beats, everything about it just really spoke to me. So if you listen to that and listen to the EP, I'm not biting styles or nothing like that, but it's definitely, you can tell it's heavily inspired by that. Everything else, man, is just life, you know, my drive to make this music, and that's everything.
That's what's up.
And it's definitely, it's a step forward, like we spoke about earlier. It's the next step for sure. So I hope everyone likes it. Coming out 2 days, guys. Better get it. Only 40 hard copies, so get that.
Yeah, everybody cop it. I'll show. Where's the CD? I bought it somewhere. You got it. Yeah. This is. Shit, I dropped the sticker out. But there it is, right there.
Limited edition.
We'll post that link up there for it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And you can also go on Spotify now and pre-save it. Links on Instagram, Facebook, and all that. So.
All right. Hell yeah. So let's get into the origins. We were talking a little bit about just you starting as a musician and kind of the process of becoming a rapper and recording and getting to hear what inspired you to start.
I've always just been a fan of music. I'm the type of person, no matter what I'm doing, whether I'm drawing or just outside doing something or anything, I gotta have music. So I've just always been a huge fan of music, and then I started writing about probably when I was like 12 years old. And then I started recording on this little karaoke machine. It's literally like a cassette tape. You put the tape in, press record over a beat, that was it. A little cheap mic, it was awful. There was no mixing involved or nothing, but I had fun with it. And then from there, I pretty much started. I got Audacity. Everyone knows what Audacity is. It's a free program. Started messing with that, making some songs and stuff. And from there, I just kind of upgraded and just continued to stick with it. Like I said, I started when I was about 12. I worked on music all the way from middle school to about halfway through high school. And then I got heavy into art and kind of realized I need to find a way to make some money. That's obviously I'd like to blow up and make some money off this, but it's not realistic right now. So started tattooing or whatever, took a little break from the music thing, and then about 3 years ago is when I got back into it heavy, and we've been going hard ever since, man.
That's what's up. Yeah. So you put out a lot of sort of just singles and different tracks that were good, but for people that haven't heard the EP, it's like you said, it's like a solid, it's a project. It's like everything kind of fits together. There's a lot of work and time into how long did it take you from the start of writing the first verse to actually putting it out tomorrow?
Well, like I said, the process really started about a year ago. I just kind of started picking some beats and stuff. I'm trying to get away from just going and getting free beats and throwing stuff on YouTube and SoundCloud, because you're only going to go so far with that. So I'm getting more into buying beats and stuff, and I ended up just buying these beats. This producer was just running this deal, and so I bought the 5 beats or whatever, and then the one I produced, and then or actually no, I bought 4 beats. I produced one, and then another local producer, shout out Marquette, or Marquette. He did the all night beat.
That's a good beat.
Yeah,
that's
the one. That's the one that everyone goes to so far that's heard it. But so the process probably started about a year ago, and I started writing the songs, but I didn't really know it was going to be a solid project till probably 6-7 months ago. And then once I started recording and just everything kind of had like I said, the beats that I picked had a similar sound. All the songs had a similar vibe to them and stuff. Just that real aggressive, just lyrical. That's what I like. I just like beats like that. So it all, like I said, it all came together pretty well. But I've been I've done mixed and mastered this thing so many different times. Just little tweaks here and there. Listen to it in the car and the speaker, headphones, everywhere. Make sure it sounds good everywhere. So yeah, it's come together over the last year, and here we are, 2 days out.
Yeah, that's a long process. It must be, I don't know, kind of relieving, or a weight off your shoulders to put it out, and then you can move on to the next thing and perform and do all that.
To be honest, that's about where I'm at with it right now. I'm very excited for the release, but I've almost been so focused on that where I can't even get anything else done.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't want to record anything else, or I mean, I still do work on stuff here and there because, like I said, I've got music to go. I got music the rest of the year without even having to touch anything else. But so I stay busy, but it's just been I've been so focused on making sure this is perfect, and it's my first project, like we spoke earlier. I've put out like 2 or 3 mixtapes throughout the years, but they're mixtapes, you know, they're just for fun or whatever. But this is my first like solid project, and I think everyone's gonna like it. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's talk about like some of the fan support. I saw you actually tattooed one of your fans.
Man, yeah, shout out Andrew, man. Shout out, oh man. He's actually the one that got me the show at Four Corners too, so shout out for that. Yeah, they've been following me for a while. Pretty much his whole family. They've been to like all the shows at Granny's and stuff. So yeah, that was a big moment. Like when he come in here, and I actually did a giveaway on Facebook for my music. I forget what all I did, but it was like share some links, tag some people, whatever. And pretty much I said I'm gonna keep my eye open on whoever does the most, and that'll be who I choose for a free tattoo, a free $50 tattoo.
Yeah.
So, you know, I told him he'd won or whatever, and he was like, a few days later, he's like, hey, what do you think about getting that Betrae'd logo? I was like, man, like, I would love to do that. Like, that, you know, that would be the one. And he come in here and did it, and, oh, dude, that was sweet. Like, we were taking pictures the whole time, like, it was a photo shoot in here or something, but it was awesome, man. It was really cool. It's cool to have people support something that you love doing that much to put a tattoo on their body.
Yeah.
Like, that's, to me, that blew my mind that someone did that. That was really cool. So, yeah, man, shout out all my fans, dude. If it weren't for fans, you can't do this. It doesn't matter how big you are, or if you're just starting out. If you don't have fans, you can't make it. Like, you have to have fans. And, man, they come out and support me in my shows and stuff, buying merchandise. I know everyone's going to buy this album. Like, I know they got to hear it. Like,
I've heard it all. Buy the album.
Yeah. But I've even had people from like other countries that just add me on Instagram and stuff that have been like bugging me, like I want to hear it. Like I had one message me earlier and say, send me the EP right now or I'll kill you. I was like, man, this man thing's getting out of hand. We need to simmer down a little bit. But yeah, man, it's I love it, man. I really do. And obviously you're gonna have people that hate, people that don't like what you do, but you're always going to have that. You know what I mean? Even if you have a show, you might have people that come support you that don't like 1 or 2 of the songs you did. That you have to deal with that as an artist. And to me, that drives me even more when someone doubts me, because I like proving people wrong, no matter what it is. But when it comes to music, if you doubt me, I will prove you wrong. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's wild, man. Definitely. Shout out all my fans. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. People are supporting you right from the start.
Yeah.
It's like it shows that they actually truly believe in what you're doing, because it's not like you got a label or, you know, anything crazy like that yet. Mm-hmm. But it's like they can hear it, they see the drive, and they're like, yeah, this is somebody to get behind. Especially
my family. Like, my whole family is like my parents and my brothers and stuff. They support me like 100%. And it's pretty cool because a lot of people, especially at the age I'm at 23, a lot of parents would be like, all right, dude, you're not going to be a rapper. You're not going to make it. You need to find something to do, go to college or something like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously they push me to do, you know, whatever with life, but they definitely support it 100% because they see how serious I am about it. Like, on my street, it's like a neighborhood. It's like a whole family. Like, you know what I mean? The whole street, everyone gets together and stuff. And you can ask anybody there. It can be in the middle of summer, everyone's outside hanging out and stuff. I'll come out, hang out, have a beer, play some horseshoes, hang out. But 9 times out of 10, I'm running to my room to write something down or to record something, or like everyone will fuck with me all the time. Oh, can we cuss?
Yeah, say whatever you want. Yeah, hell yeah.
But I guess it was too late. But you can ask anybody. Like I said, I mean, it could be the nicest day, and they'll be like, "Why are you in your room, man? Like, you know, everyone's outside. Come outside, have a beer, or whatever." And you know, like I said, I do enjoy myself, and I love spending time with my friends and family and stuff. But I do take it very serious. So I mean, I treat it like it's a job. Like I treat it like I need to. You have to, because if you don't take it that serious, you're just like everybody else trying to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's a lot of people, especially locally, that make music and stuff, but it's like you really got to treat it like you want it that bad. You know, you gotta put all your time into it. And any free time you got to be doing something related to music.
I think that's the difference between having a dream and having a vision.
Yeah.
A vision is about taking steps. A dream is like the end goal.
Yeah.
You're just like, sure you have your end goal,
Mhm.
but you're taking steps
Right.
all the time, and people see it,
Right.
and people repost it, and they're like happy that you're taking the steps because so many people talk about it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, that's another big thing. I think a lot of people get so caught up on that end goal, that dream of like, obviously one day I hope to have a big house, buy my parents a house, buy my brothers the cars they want, make sure they never have to work or worry about anything. But at the end of the day, like, every little step matters. Like, even these little shows that I've been getting around here, like, there's some shows I might perform in front of 20 or 30 people, but every single person that's in that crowd matters. You know what I mean? I might go to a show and there might be just one new fan that might walk up, hey man, I've never heard of you, got a CD? And there's another new person listening to my music, and then they start to follow you. And I think it's more about looking for opportunities versus that end goal. You know what I mean? Like, any little thing. Like, you can ask any promoter or DJ or anybody that messages me wanting to work with me. I say thank you for this opportunity. It doesn't matter how big or small. Like, I'm thankful for any opportunity I get, because at the end of the day, that's how you get to that end goal. So
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely any door that opens,
yeah,
or window or whatever,
Mhm.
a crack in the wall you can
Mhm.
jump through or slide through. It's like you gotta go.
yeah, yeah.
I think that's the key to success. Is like you're not going to be handed what you want necessarily,
Nope.
but you're going to be given an opportunity.
Right.
And then it's like you just got to crush whatever that is, no matter what doubts you have or inexperiences. Like, just go. And I guess that's definitely what you're doing. And you talk about that. I mean, in the lyrics, it's like it's very clear your mentality of just like get to work, grind
Yeah.
all night.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know people probably get tired of hearing me say the word grind, but I mean, it's real. Like I said, you can ask anyone around me. I'm so into it. Like, there's been times like I will literally just not lock myself away, but like I said, just days and days and days of just working on music, not talking to anybody, just so focused that nothing else really matters. Of like that's all I'm worried about and stuff like that. But it can be hard too sometimes. But yeah, man, like I said, it's all about the small steps. Like, you can't expect, like you said, no one's gonna hand you nothing in this industry. Like, I've been told that a million times. Like, you really got to work for every little thing you want, and it can be hard, but you just gotta stick with it. It's coming. It's definitely coming. It's definitely coming.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you got this release show coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You want to shout that out to people?
Yeah. This Saturday at Four Corners in Inwood, West Virginia, I'm doing my album release party. There will be I haven't decided yet. It'll probably be like 2 or 3 giveaways. I'm gonna give away some shirts and some CDs and stuff. And I'm thinking about doing like a little game where fans could get up and like I'll rap a bar of a song, and you gotta rap the next bar or something, and you'll win a CD or something like that. Just kind of make it like different than any other show versus just everyone come and watch me do a few songs, they leave or hang out, whatever. I want to kind of just vibe with the fans and like, talk about the album and stuff, and really just like tell them where I'm coming from and let them really feel it. And it's going to be a good night. So yeah, be there. There's really no age limit besides after 10 o'clock. There's no cover fee or nothing like that. So come get drunk with Betrae'd.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Like, actually, instead of just performing a few songs, like
Yeah.
show
Well, I
some
mean-
appreciation and talk to the fans.
Right. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, that's like, you need your fans. You have to make it somewhere. Like, but any show I do, I perform and I'm hanging out with people. I mean, I always do. I don't just perform and roll out like I'm, the rap god or something. Like, I'm there to connect with people or whatever. And it's wild because even already, like, and I don't feel like I've gotten too personal with my music yet. I've been still trying to find a sound, I guess, and just really focus on perfecting every little thing from the flow and everything. But I've already had people tell me like it's helped them, this song has helped them through a situation, or just anything, just inspired them to do something themselves, because it's like, damn, there's this 23-year-old still chasing this dream, not giving up. I can do the same thing with what I want to do, whether it's music or art or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It kind of pushes them to do it. I would say the number one song that's been inspiration to people is the Save Me song that I did about the heroin epidemic.
Yeah, I heard that one.
I've had a lot of good response out of that. A lot of people messaging me just saying like it's helped people. And even here when I'm working and stuff, I'll have a lot of recovering addicts come in that I tattoo. And that's always cool too, because they tell me about other addicts that they've showed the song to and it like opened their eyes. Not saying that it might have saved life, but if it did, then you know what I mean. That's all it was for, really, is to open some eyes, because I mean it's bad. Like, you know, it's a lot of young lives being taken and stuff because of it, and so I just wanted to get that out there. But that one's been a powerful one. You know, like I said, it's really cool to have people tell you like your music's really touching them like that, like they really feel it, or it, like I said, it inspired them or something like that. It's really cool. So
yeah, that's amazing. You could make any type of influence, because that is,
yeah,
especially in this area, that's, yeah, it's rough.
And like I said, yeah, well, it's just crazy, because it's like, to me, I'm like, I'm not really anybody yet. I haven't made it anywhere. You know what I mean? I'm still just an average person just making music. So when people message me saying stuff like that, it's like, this thing, it's already bigger than I think it is. You know what I mean? Like, I might not have millions of views on my stuff, or, you know, be performing in front of hundreds of thousands of people yet, but it's making an impact already. So it's like, if I'm already making an impact, and like I said, you guys, y'all haven't even heard anything from Betrae'd yet. I promise you. Like, I should have brought my laptop to show you. But
yeah, we'll have to see that.
Yeah,
soon.
yeah. We'll have to kick it, and
Yeah.
I'll just play you songs for over an hour probably. You know, like I said, I got a lot of music stocked up. I stay busy, but yeah. Night Out EP. Don't forget, go buy that.
Hell yeah.
Just gotta keep throwing that in there.
Yeah, that's like the point. It's like,
Yeah.
I've got to get people to actually listen to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great EP. Everything links together.
Yeah.
The lyrical themes kind of flow throughout multiple songs. Like, you have a main theme, but then there's little small things that are trickling throughout. And if people actually listen to it a few times, they'll see there's a lot of depth and thought you put into it.
Yeah. Even though it's 6 songs, I know a lot of, like, a big thing with albums is getting a consistent flow. Like, you don't want to put like all your super hype songs at the beginning and slow shit at the end. It just kind of drags out. So I tried to get a nice flow through, even though, like I said, it's 6 songs, and I feel like I accomplished that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Even just the placement of the songs throughout the EP, just the beats, the everything. It's like it's pretty consistent. I like it. So I think it's probably my most solid body of work for sure. So, and I can't wait for everyone to hear it.
Yeah, no doubt. It's awesome. You've always kind of taken on, I guess, sort of like social issues and different things.
Mm-hmm.
But even like, I've become obsessed with like the idea of like positive self-talk, which is a big thing in rap music.
Mm-hmm.
It sort of empowers people.
Yeah.
But even on like a scientific level, it's like, I've done a bunch of, I've done brain scans. I had some problems, all right. Yeah, no. But you can actually like heal and connect neural pathways through like that positivity and finding a release, or finding sort of a way to express an end goal that's positive. And you do that in your music, even talking about like depression or different things.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you say, yeah, I feel this way, but I'm doing this, and I'm gonna get through it. Like,
Right.
Speak to that. Like, I mean, obviously people are feeling that in the music. Like, what kind of drove you to like take those negatives and then move them into something that people really feel and can relate to? Like, what's sort of the process?
I feel like a lot of people are, I don't want to say scared to touch certain subjects, but I feel like there's a lot of subjects that are actually, if you talk to people and really pay attention, are actually more common than people realize. Like depression and stuff, there's a lot of more people battling that than what people realize and stuff. So I just feel like if I can kind of show people like, hey, I feel like this too, it's okay, it's normal, then it kind of draws people in and makes them feel like almost like they have someone to talk to, or like a friend. And that's where I gain a lot of my fans, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is just touching certain subjects like that, like with the school shooting thing. When I did that, that was a big thing, because I mean, a lot of people got kids that are my age and stuff, and they think about sending their kids to school and having to worry about that. Like, that's not something people want to think about, but you have to. Like, if you have a kid, you really got to worry about that nowadays. It's sad, but like, even my brother, he goes to Shenandoah, and they have recently had people threaten to shoot up there, and it's like, so things like that. But the main thing is just kind of letting people know that it's okay to feel that way, and it's more common than what people think. Because I think a lot of people think if they have depression, or if they feel this way or whatever, that it's a problem, or you know what I mean? Like, they feel like they don't fit in or don't belong or whatever, and they shouldn't feel like that. So I feel like my music kind of brings people together in a way as well. So yeah, I try to push that too. So
yeah, with depression especially, the idea which gets pushed. I mean, we're gonna get into big pharma and all of that shit, but like they push this, and in the mumble rap and the stuff, that you're basically the opposite of.
Yeah, yeah.
Is pushing this idea that like I'm hopeless, I can't do anything, so now I'll take these drugs,
Right.
and then I'll just wallow in my pain. And,
Right.
and it's like people got to know it's like, yeah, you go through tough times and you have to mourn and there's tragedy and everything, but there's always an opportunity to get through it.
Right.
And you can do that in music. It's so powerful because you can start dark and people feel that and like, oh, they get this feeling in their chest like, oh, I relate to that, I'm dark.
Right.
And then you move through the process of getting better and improving through hard work and dedication and obviously learning about a lot of stuff. And yeah, that's inspiring. Like I feel that, and that's the big reason why I want to talk to you. Is that you're like putting things into action that are real, and like you said, people are actually connecting to it.
Well, yeah, I feel like that's what helps me stand out too. Is like, especially now, this this mumble wave. It's like you said, it almost like pushes these kids to do drugs and stuff like that. And I don't think that's the right route to take. Like, I feel like if you have this platform, you should use it for good, not for that. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of kids in the industry that really are battling with this type of stuff, but I feel like they handle it the wrong way. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm not really a fan of any of that. I'd rather push the positive note and just get people to, like I said, just make them understand that everyone feels like that. It's like, what's the saying? It's a bad day, not a bad life. Like I live by that, I really do. And sometimes when I'm having a bad day, I got to remind myself that, like, or there's always someone that's got it worse. No matter what you're going through, there's always someone that's got it worse. And that's another thing that keeps me going too. Is like, no matter what you're going through, there's someone out there that is battling something worse than you. So
yeah, there's someone you could help, that you're powerful enough
exactly
to help.
Right. And that's like I said, you should use your platform for that, not for bad, and not promoting drug use, and like that's not the way to cope with it. You know what I mean? And honestly, I don't personally agree with depression medicine and stuff like that. I mean, I know people take it, and I don't think it's a bad thing, but a lot of people it affects in the wrong way. I've seen people turn into zombies because of it, when really all they had to do is talk to someone, or you know what I mean, or just realize like, okay, this is normal,
No, you're spot on. I've talked a bit about it on the podcast, but I was on all the SSRIs and stuff. Had got sick and then had a bunch of cognitive issues, and doctors are trying to medicate it.
Yeah.
And finally got to the point where it's like, just like be okay with who you are, and but try to understand like what's actually going on in your mind.
Yeah.
And then like reach out and talk to people, and that's like. Talking to psychologists is probably what like inspired me to even do this.
Right.
It's like we can just sit down, we can lay everything out there, people can hear it, understand it, or not understand it.
Yeah.
They can look things up, find things out. It's trying to like actually explore what we're doing instead of pretending that we know everything. It's like let's like have some questions and like get some back and forth and see what other people think.
And honestly, I feel like that's one thing that's good and bad about social media. Social media can be a place for people to go that aren't comfortable going out in public, but they can still be your friend online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people online I might talk to that I'll never see, and they'll talk to me like we're best friends online, and that's okay with me, because a lot of them are fans and stuff, and they're just not comfortable going out or whatever. But at the same time, I feel like it's bad for stuff like that too. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot on Facebook that is negative and stuff too. You know what I mean? Like, social media can be a bad thing too. But I do feel like in that aspect, I feel like it's not a bad thing, because it gives some people a place to go that aren't comfortable being around people or talking to someone or whatever. They make a status and someone comments, and maybe that comment helped them get through that. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a good side and then obviously the dark side.
Yeah.
But it's good, obviously, for people like you to try to engage with fans and make social media more positive.
Yeah.
And they have a reason that you'll listen to you, because they can hear the music, they can see the process. It's like you actually care about it and you're putting time in, and that's awesome. You actually want to hear from them. That's great to hear.
Yeah, I mean, some people probably get tired of me posting because like I'm nonstop. But like I said, I'm always working on something. But it grows like that too, because it's almost like you just keep putting it in front of people's faces. Eventually it's like fishing, you know what I mean? Like, you keep throwing that bait out, eventually something's gonna bite. Yeah. And that's how I gain a lot of fans too, is just social media. Like, a lot of these people I've never met in my life, and like artists I've collabed with, like I said, the kid from Africa and stuff, shout out Sam Chris, Diesel from Detroit, like I said, shout out him too, man. We've been working hard too on stuff. And so social media does go with that too. Just networking and stuff like that. And obviously just promoting yourself. It's great for that. Any business, really, it's great for that. But Yeah, there's definitely both sides of that.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, obviously, we connected through social media.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it weren't for social media, we might not be doing this podcast right now.
Yeah.
You know, so things like that, it works.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing we're talking about with music. It's like you can make something negative or positive. It's kind of your choice.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a big thing that I'm trying to push with people I talk to and with myself, because I've realized it's helped a lot just in being confident and like doing what I want to do instead of doing the things that I don't want to do. Like doing, being depressed and doing drugs and shit. I don't want to do that. Like, that's retarded. Like, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah.
But people get caught in this cycle of doing things that they hate, and it's good to actually connect with people and find the positivity and actually like push that out, and then you get it back. Yeah. It's like you're pushing good things out with your music, you're starting to get things back, and I think this EP is gonna open some eyes, because like on a technical level, especially like all night, it's like you're switching up the flow, you're going fast. It's like, I think that's why I like that one the best, because it really shows your actual rap and lyrical skills just for like the whole track. It's just like just blazing through it. Like that's dope. I just covered a bunch of ground. I don't even know where we're going. I don't think it matters, but let's talk about that track a little bit, because that is such a highlight of the EP. I think people are gonna they're gonna really dig that. Yeah,
like I said, that's the one produced by the local producer. He's actually like a family friend and stuff. He goes by, I think it's produced by Ket now. But shout out Marquette, like I said, he made that beat. And honestly, that was back when he was kind of first starting to get into it, and he killed it. Like, it's a dope beat.
It's my favorite beat on the album.
And he was talking about redoing it, and I was like, honestly, I don't want to. I like the way it sounds, and the whole sound, it like, you can kind of tell it's done in a bedroom almost. Like, it's not done in a professional studio. I'm doing this right out of my bedroom, and I like that. Like, I like the sound of that. Yeah, that track, man, that was the one that was just like all night. I mean, that's what I do all night. Like I said, I'm a night owl. That's where the inspiration came from that. Because usually that's when I'm up writing, and like I'll record all day. That's how I work. So yeah, that one, like, that was definitely the one where I just wanted to kind of show off on, I guess, a little bit and just kind of rap. Just, you know what I mean? It definitely still has some deep meaning, but I feel like the rest of the EP has a little more substance than that song. That song is just, like I said, just switching up the flow so much. But if you listen, I'm still saying some stuff, and I think people would definitely gravitate to that song, because so far everyone that's heard it, they're like, right away, I'm like, what's your 3 favorite? And they're like, number 6 is my favorite, and then it goes from there. But definitely number 6. That's the one. So
yeah, it's a hype song for sure.
Yeah. It's got I don't know. It kind of got the trap vibe, but it still matches the rest of the EP. And like I said, that's what I was going for. I wanted a consistent sound throughout the whole thing, and I think we got that. Yeah,
it definitely has a consistent sound, but you kind of switch up like the pace of it a little bit. So it's like, there's peaks and valleys. It's not just like the same flat thing. Because sometimes you hear that with people, especially people who use a lot of vocal effects. It's like, it's like everything sounds the same. Like yours is like it's all one idea, but like different versions of it almost. Like,
right. Yeah, that's it. To me, it's almost like I took one long song and just broke it into sections or something like that. It's like one big story. And I feel like that's a lot of thing that some of these albums lack, is, like you said, that consistent sound throughout the whole thing. Because even from some of the biggest artists in the industry, I'll flip through the album kind of quick the first go around just to see what songs I like, and I'll go back and listen or whatever. And a lot of times that's what kills me, is like you hear 3 or 4 songs that same sound, like nothing changed up about it, and you kind of like, do I even want to listen to the rest of this? So for this, it's 6 songs. I wanted people to be like, well, I can't wait to hear the next one. Ooh, what's the next one? Like, I want people to be hyped for that next song, and I feel like they'll get that.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, we'll flip. We'll get out of music for a little bit. It's like, we'll switch it up. Yeah. Let's talk about like, your tattooing and just being an artist, and we got all this stuff up here. Like, I mean, that's obviously you're an expressive person. You're trying to say something all the time. Yeah. But what kind of got you into drawing and art, and then tattooing and all that?
Like I said, I've always really been into art and music. I love both, but I started taking this serious about 6 years ago. Like I said, it was kind of back and forth with this and music. But once I started taking this serious, like, it was the same thing as I am with music now. Like, I was up drawing every single night, and I just started like really studying art and trying different things like painting and stuff. Like I've never used to paint. I hated painting, but I made myself do it because a lot of tattoo artists paint, and it's actually like painting is closer to tattooing than drawing is. Just the way you do it. But I've always liked art, and like you said, it's a way of expressing myself. I mean, obviously you see a lot of the skulls and shit. That's just my thing. I love skulls. But yeah, and then like I said, tattooing was kind of the way to make money off of art. So that's kind of the route I took with that. And like I said, I started about 6 years ago. I had a little break in between because the old shop I worked at closed down, and she was supposed to open up another shop that didn't end up happening, and then it's kind of hard getting a shop around here. But shout out Eric, which also does my music videos. I love it here. It's so laid back. It's not like we're all competitive and stuff, like we're all artists, but it's laid back, and it's not like that cocky environment. Like most of these shops, it's like this artist thinks they're better than that artist, and you know what I mean? Like we all work together, or like, hey man, try this or try that, and that's one thing I love about here. But yeah, I mean, I still draw here and there, but music's where I'm at right now. But yeah, I love art still. But I would like to get into doing like some graffiti and stuff, or something artistic for like music videos, and kind of combine both of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like I really want to draw or paint an album cover. You know, if I want to do my album next, I want to draw it or paint it or something. Just kind of like I said, bring the two together.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
That's cool because you can. I think album art, I mean, it used to be such a big thing, especially on records, because you had this huge canvas and everyone had to buy it if they wanted to hear anything but a single on the radio that you couldn't record or anything.
It's a piece of art for you to even listen to it. Yeah, it's awesome. Like it draws you in just seeing something, and that's cool. That's one thing I love about art.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of the most iconic albums in history like have iconic artwork that you just see and it draws you in, to the point now they're just t-shirts. Yeah. And every time you see it, it's like you can hear the music, like Pink Floyd or something. Like you know what it is. Yeah. It's like, I think that combination of the visual and the audio is like, that's key. I think that'll definitely set you apart, because you've got multiple interests, multiple kind of things you're doing. It's not just like one way of expressing similar ideas.
And well, that helps too. Like when we go to shoot music videos, because we're both artists, like some of the things we come up with is something no one else would even probably think of. Like we're so outside the box with stuff, so that makes it more fun too, with us both being artistic. So, but
speak about I don't know his name, the guy who's doing your music videos.
Oh, Eric. Yeah, like I said, he's the owner of the shop. I started here about 3 years ago now, and honestly, man, he's been a big help with me getting back into music too, because he's the one that actually got me the programs I use and stuff like that, because he had them. And he's the one that's done all my videos. Like he spends mad hours on these videos, and like he's never asked for nothing. Like he's shout out Eric, man.
Yeah, shout out Eric.
Yeah, he's so creative. Like we have so much fun. Like when we do videos, it's like just hanging out like we are now, but we're getting work done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we take it serious, but we also have so much fun. And like I said, the dude's a genius, and he's so creative. Like he does everything. Like he can play just about any instrument you can give him. Like he's even made beats for me and stuff. I need to actually be getting some music done to those. But shout out Eric.
Nice. So what are your like favorite tattoos to give people? Do you have anything?
Skulls.
Yeah,
it's got to be skulls. That's my favorite thing to do. Really anything black and gray. I hate doing fucking quotes and shit. Like these girls will come in here and want their quotes with the birds coming off of them and stuff, or the anchors, or I'm so burnt out on those. But like anything. I like dark stuff. Oh my god! Like there's been like groups of girls that'll come in here with like the same pictures, and I'm like, look, I've done this like 10 times last week. Like you don't want this. Oh, but change it up or make it pop. I'm like, what are you going to do to an infinity symbol? Like, it's a sideways 8. There's only so much you can do with it.
You can't make it pop if like 12 people in your town have it too. It's like getting a mohawk and everyone has a mohawk. It doesn't pop.
And it blows my mind, because like nowadays there's so much more out there to reference off of. Like people should be more creative and be more original, but it's like everyone wants what someone else has. It drives me nuts, honestly. But like I said, anything dark, I just like black and gray. Like I said, you look at my drawings, a lot of it's black and gray and stuff like that. But I also like doing flowers and stuff like that. I like being an artist. Like if you come in here and I just feel like I'm a printer, I'm just doing an outline, colors, you know what I mean, just copying something. I don't enjoy it as much. But when someone comes in with like an idea, like here you go
Figure
with
it
it,
out.
that's when I have the most fun. When someone just kind of gives me like free range, just to whatever you want to do. Like that's what I really like doing. But
And that's kind of like getting a good beat, isn't it? It's like
yeah,
you got this platform, the canvas, and now you just get to like
yes,
put your stamp on it.
that's exactly what it's like. Yeah, that's a good way to put that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, we'll switch topics again. Let's talk about like some of your hobbies. Like, even if you have time for that, between tattooing and rapping all the time, is there anything you do for fun, sports, or anything you follow? Like,
I like to go fishing and stuff in the summer or go to the river. I like to drink.
Yeah.
Like I said, at my house, my whole street, it's like a whole family there, and we all get together, cook out, and play horseshoes and stuff like that all summer long. So that's really all I do. I don't go out much. Like, it's rare. If you see me out, like it's rare. I'm kind of a homebody. I like my small circle, and that's it. I don't really like people too much, which is kind of shitty considering that I tattoo and I make music. But I don't really have many hobbies, man, because I almost feel like if I'm doing something else, that I'm taking away from music or art. Like, if I'm to go fishing for a few hours, I'm like, damn, I could have got a song done, or I could have made a beat, I could have been working on a video, or I could have been doing this or whatever. So honestly, I don't really do much besides music and art because I don't like to take away from it. But it's nice to have a break too. Like, sometimes you hit writer's block or whatever. Just sometimes you just like complete creative block where you're just like, you don't really want to do anything. You feel like you need to be doing something, but you don't have that drive to do it sometimes, and you just find something else to do and come back to it later. I mean, that's like with anything in life. But
yeah, it's like finding inspiration through something else. Like for me, I do like hard cardio helps. Like turn on some music really loud, grab a medicine ball, just slam it into the ground, and like jump up in the air, just like go really hard, so I'm exhausted within like 10 minutes.
I'll have to try that. I've never done that before. But I'll just slam a beer or something.
Yeah. I think it's all we want to change our brain chemistry a little bit. So it's like trying to find some way of just like kind of like sweating out or getting out like the old ideas and like letting something new seep in. It's like,
another good thing is just getting out, like going on a ride or something, like scenery, just nature and stuff like that. I like stuff like that. Just like I said, going to the river or something in the summer, it's real nice out, or going to the beach or something like that. I love stuff like that. Just like I said, sometimes you need a break from whatever you're doing to just kind of enjoy life and come back to it. And another thing is like going to concerts and stuff as an artist. You go to a concert, like when I went to that NF concert in Philadelphia, it was, I want to say last year, at the Fillmore. When I came back, like I got back to the hotel room and like I couldn't even say, I'm sitting there thinking about like lyrics and stuff like that. As soon as I got back, it was literally like a straight week. I didn't talk to nobody. I was like non-stop recording, and like I probably got a whole album done in that week. Like, it is just so inspiring to see someone like, it's like, I do this, they're on the stage doing that. Like, I could be him one day. I could be up there doing that in front of all these people. And it was like, it's definitely inspiring.
Yeah, you kind of realize if I put in the work he's put in. How old is he? Like 26 or something?
Honestly, I don't know.
Something like that. Yeah, I think he's a little younger than me. Though.
Yeah.
Like, you get that sense of like, oh, he's doing what I'm doing. He's just been putting in more time, and he's at a different state of his career or whatever. But like, yeah, that's crazy. I felt the same way when I see stuff sometimes. It's like, man, like this person is talented, but really what it is they're dedicated.
Right, and that's, I actually went and seen Lil Skies too, in Maryland.
Yeah, he's been doing this since he was a little kid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's proof that if you stick with something, you can make it happen. Because his dad was actually a rapper, or is a rapper too. So, and that's another thing I really respect out of him, is he's a younger kid, but he's almost like kind of help his dad be able to do what he wants in a way too with his platform. You know what I mean? Like, he's brought him around Wiz Khalifa and stuff like that. It's like he may have never met Wiz Khalifa if it weren't for him doing that. And so I respect that a lot. Like, he's definitely, he's different than the rest of the younger generation, I feel. Like, if you listen to his music, a lot of it you can relate to and stuff like that. And honestly, he lives like, it was like 2 hours away where he grew up.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's cool too. He's somewhat local, and shout out Lil Skies.
Yeah, he's good. What's the kitty, Landon Q or whatever?
Yeah.
Their songs together. They should just be a band.
Yeah.
Like, they got that vibe of they're just good. And they connected off social media too.
Yeah,
like
that's all it was. Just I think it was they were somewhere. He was somewhere at the beach or something, and just connected with him, and they were both there. And I think that's when they did the song "Red Roses." I want to say
That's crazy because I don't think either one of them. I mean, they're both great,
Mm-hmm.
but they wouldn't have blown up so fast. Like the Lyrical Lemonade stuff, like they wouldn't have blown up so fast if they didn't connect and just like musically, they're
Yeah.
completely different, but also completely like the same. It's I don't know. It's
yeah,
crazy.
the way they vibe is crazy because it's like Lil Sky's, he's a rapper or whatever, and Landon kind of sings, but Landon has like that, like a beach vibe, like someone, West Coast style, like just Cali vibe, and then Lil Sky's, he's a rapper, man. But he's a beast. Like, I really do. Like, I listened to him, like, I probably started listening to him about 2 or 3 years ago. And at first, I didn't really care for him because it was like, all right, here's another kid rapping over trap beats, whatever. But the more I listened to him, like, I got mad respect for him. And like I said, just the fact that he's kind of been able to help his dad grow with his music as well, just using his platform, like, that's so dope to me.
Yeah.
And like, like I said, he's different than the rest of the younger generation that's rapping right now. So
He put in time. A lot of these
Yeah.
people they weren't even into rap. They're into like emo or something. They come into rap late. They're like, well, I can actually do this because I can't sing or something. And he's
Right.
like, well, I can sing, I can rap. I've been doing it my whole life. I can dance. Like, no
Yeah.
problem. It's like actually putting in the time. It's like you really see that come to fruition at the end.
Well, that's one thing. I listen to his music a lot, and I feel like I relate to him because I'm the same way. Like, if you listen to his music, he wasn't going out and partying a lot. He was at home working on music. He hung out with the same group of people and worked on music. Like, he was always at the studio. He worked and made money to go to the studio. You know what I mean? Like, that's why he's where he's at, because he put all his time and dedication into his music. He wasn't like a lot of people our age just want to go out and turn up every weekend, and yeah, that's fun sometimes, but I mean, there are phases I go through where I might go out a few weekends in a row, and it's like, yeah, I'm just having fun, meeting new people, because I've even been meeting a few people like that. I'll go out and drink and like, oh, I'll listen to your music, and I've never met them, and then there it is, and that's cool too. But yeah, that's the main thing that makes him who he is, because like I said, he stayed at home working on music when he could have been out being young, but you almost got to put in the time now to enjoy yourself later. You know what I mean? It's either work now and enjoy yourself later, or vice versa, and he's doing it.
Yeah, and you're not going to enjoy yourself for that long.
Yeah.
You don't have like a purpose or a structure or something
Yeah.
you're working towards.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's so important to have goals, like big goals, but also little goals that you can accomplish
Right.
all the time.
Well, you kind of get discouraged if you just got this end goal in mind and don't realize like the steps it takes. Like I said earlier, with just these little gigs I get where I'm performing to 30, 40 people, like that's not a lot, but I'm thankful for that. And like I said, you might meet 1 or 2 new fans, and there it is. But yeah, like I said, the main thing's just staying dedicated and not thinking about the end goal so much. Like I said, I want to buy my parents a house and all that and make sure they never got to work again, but I can't just focus on that. Like, I do it because I love it too, And that's another thing too. Sometimes you got to kind of step back from it and like, why are you doing it? If you're just doing it because you want that end goal, your music kind of starts to fit patterns and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, you just focus so much on that end goal, and that's not always good. But
yeah, I think it's so important with anything to like love the process of it.
Yes.
And I see that with, I don't know if you watch martial arts, but Conor McGregor, at least before the last couple years, but his actual, just the rise to the top was so inspirational because he showed gratitude. He talked about, his family helping him, and he's with the same girl from, when he was on welfare, like all this shit. And it's like, I don't know, that type of, gratitude and everything, and that seems so valuable, like to really live in the moment and understand that like we have it good now.
Yeah.
Like, your life is probably pretty good now. I mean, you get to tattoo people, you're doing your music, you haven't made it where you want to be, but you're going there.
Right.
And it's like, and if you're not going, I mean, no one's ever really where they want to be. It's like, we're always going there.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I've found that in my own life. It's like, once you realize, like, you're on the path, and if you're working every day, you feel good.
Yeah.
If you sit down and be lazy, like, fucks you up.
Oh, yeah.
If you stay busy, it's like,
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, just staying busy definitely keeps me going too. But like you just said too about Conor McGregor, like his girl staying with him through hard times and stuff like that. That's a big thing too. Is like, or even like I've had people hit me up and like I haven't spoke to them in years, but like, oh man, keep up the good music, blah blah blah. Don't forget about me when you make it. And it's like, it's like that's already starting, and it's like I can only imagine where it'll go, you know, once it does actually blow up.
Yeah.
Like, you're already seeing that side of people. Like, it brings out bad side of people because it's money, you know. People are money hungry. Everything's about money nowadays, so.
Yeah.
But
I've realized too, like, the whole money fame thing is such a trap. Like, we interviewed Mason Musso, who's from Metro Station, and like he blew up when he's a teenager.
mm,
You know, Shake It's like multi-platinum, like all this crazy shit. And then we talked to him, and he's like, "Yeah, all that's kind of meaningless. It's like the partying. It's just, it doesn't actually make you happy." And
Yeah.
he's like talking to me. He's just a humble dude. He's
Yeah.
like living a normal life. You know, visits his family all the time. I'm like, dude, that's what we should be like concerned with. Like,
Yeah.
we don't need to seek this fame. It's like, let's get our real lives together, and then whatever art or expression we have is like, that's just it's gonna work better
Yeah.
if we're not focused on like this result of fame and all that.
well, another thing too is like a lot of these kids will blow up. Which, if you're someone that, like, I'm not saying I've been the poorest person or whatever, but I've struggled a lot. My family struggled a lot throughout the years. And so if you're someone that wasn't born with money or whatever, never really had it, you get that big check, you want to wild out, you want to go buy a car or a necklace or whatever. But a lot of these kids, that's where they mess up. They get that advance, and next thing you know, they're broke, and you don't
Yeah.
hear from them again. So that's another thing a lot of these kids need to realize too. Like, you really gotta stay working too, like touring and stuff like that. That money runs out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, and like you said, you gotta take a break from that and enjoy life and realize, like, you know, I made it here. You know, it's you definitely gotta realize life's first too. You know what I mean? Like, you always gotta make time for that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, more money, more problems, they say. Like, that's the truth, though.
yeah,
Like, you see that with so many people. It's like, getting paid will not fix your problems. Like, get yourself, like, together. Like, get your family together. Like, be close. You talk about you're close, you got an inner circle. Like, that's a good thing to hear.
yeah,
Like, and you don't want these people, you know, glomming onto, you know, your ability or, you know,
Mhm.
whatever attention you get. Because, like, that's not what you want. You don't want
No.
people, you know, sycophants or, yeah, there's the big word. People that suck up to you. There you go.
Right.
Like, nobody wants that. You
Yeah.
want people that, like, vibe with you and care about what you're doing, and, you know, your family and your friends.
yeah.
And keep that inner circle close. It's like, dude, you can do anything. Like, that's
And
the truth.
And that's huge, like I said, with my small circle. And the thing about my circle is I don't hang around people that are just telling me you're doing good.
Yeah.
They will, like, there's songs I've made where they're straight up like, I don't like this at all.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
I
my
like,
dad. He'll like, sorry, Dad. He'll like tear up if it's a good song. And
Yeah.
he'll like love it. If it's a bad song, he'll be like, I'm good at it.
Right.
He'll just feel like, it sucks.
Yeah, I mean, usually when you're playing a song for someone, you can kind of feel the vibe if they're digging it or not. But no, like I said, they I don't remember what the song was. I don't even know if I ended up putting it out on SoundCloud and YouTube and stuff. But I made this one song, and I don't remember what it was about, or anything. But everyone hated it, and it was like, I don't feel like I've made a song like that since, because it showed me. But that helps me too. Like, they might pick out certain things, like, I don't like the way you flowed here, or maybe you need to change it up more, do this or do that, and it helped me, you know what I mean? Like, if you just hang around people who are saying, yeah, bro, you're doing good, you're killing it, you're doing this, you're doing that, then you get that cocky ego, you think you already made it, and you're not going to go but so far acting like that. Like, you got to realize even the best of the best make bad music. Like, some of my favorite artists, if they put out a single or a project or whatever, there's songs where I'm just like, I'm not feeling this at all, and I love this artist, I love their music. That's just part of it, you know what I mean? But yeah,
No doubt. Well, I guess we're gonna wrap it up. If you want to shout out the EP and the show
yeah.
and everything one more time, and we'll
like I said, Night Out coming out on the 29th. It'll be on all platforms: Spotify, iTunes, Pandora, everywhere. 40 hard copies. The EP release party is this Saturday in Inwood at Four Corners. No cover charge. Shout out to you just for this opportunity, man. I really appreciate it. Shout out all my fans, family, everybody that supports me. I couldn't do this without you guys, so Betrae'd.
Hell yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate
Yes, sir.
it.
Thank you.
All right, we're out. Peace.